On the Right Track is brought to you by Frederiction Exhibition Limited and First Choice Family Restaurant.
Hello and welcome to our program, You're on the Right Track from Fredericton Raceway. Joining me in the studio today is Brent Briggs. Brent's worked at Fredericton Raceway with me for the past 8 years in a number of numerous capacities. He's the Assistant Race Secretary, Program Director, and is the Canadian Trotting Association field rep in our office. Brent's a familiar figure around Fredericton Raceway. Does a lot of writing for the Daily Gleaner, Atlantic Post calls, and also has a couple of other part-time jobs as well. So he certainly is a busy boy, and I'd like to welcome you to the program, Brent.
Thank you, Brian.
Brent, I guess the first and most logical question is, how did you come to be involved in harness racing, or how did you pick up in the sport?
Well, I've been going to the races since I was about 10 years old. I was first introduced by my father and my uncle, Percy Jones in Weldon. And they started taking me to the races when they bought a broodmare by the name of Walkill Mistress, and that was the first time I've ever been to a racetrack.
Brent, your Uncle Percy has had racehorses for nearly 20 years. What were some of the favorite horses that he had that you really liked?
Well, when I was getting involved in racing with Percy, I attended the race with him quite a bit, and the best horse he probably had was Tarsus Hanover. And Tarsus Hanover was one of my favorites as well as Percy. He was a nice horse to work around all the time. He was always handy. He raced well. He had a record of 2-4, but I think he deserved a better record than he had. He was a solid racehorse, and he raced against some of the best horses in Fredericton in his time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a top horse, raced all the better horses at Fredericton, and I can remember him being close on a couple of occasions in 2-2, 2-3 miles, and he was a nice, handy little racehorse. Of course, Percy bought him as a yearling, I believe, in Harrisburg.
Yes, he did, yeah.
And Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and the colt was, I think, developed by Phil Sowers and just kept getting better and better, and turned out to be a nice horse. If I remember correctly, Brent, Miss Carol A was the first horse that your father owned. Is that? Yeah, I think that she was, and she was a fair racehorse, and well, how did you come about retaining her as a broodmare? How did that happen?
Well, Dad bought Miss Carolay from a fellow in Maine by the name of Lee Bennett. She was 6 years old at the time. She wasn't a fast mare. She only took a record of about 209, but she was a good race mare. She had 2 bowed tendons, so she wasn't sound all the time. And when she was done racing, Dad kept her as a broodmare, and he raised 3 foals out of her, and all 3 foals made the races.
Was C.J. Spudland out of her?
C.J. Spudland was out of Miss Carolay. He was by Narat and Midwatch, and he was definitely the best horse that she ever produced.
Nippy Nick wasn't bad either.
Nippy Nick, he took a record of 201 in Moncton, but C.J. Spudland, he also took a record of 201 in Moncton, but at one time when he was 3, he raced some of the better horses in the Maritimes, and he went on to be a very decent racehorse after that.
And was the former, or maybe still, a track record holder at Fredericton Raceway for 2-year-old pace and geldings?
He holds the track record for 2-year-old pace and geldings. It stood for 7 years. It's probably one of the smaller records, but nonetheless, it's a distinction that he does own.
Yeah. Brent, also the Spudland prefix that I guess we all know now, how did that come about, or how did your father settle on that particular name that he attaches to all of his horses?
Well, needless to say, he's got a farm up in the Spudland area, also known as Carleton County in Florenceville, and that's home of McCain Foods, and there's a lot of potato fields around there, and somehow Spudland come out of his head, and it seemed to have stuck with him through the years.
Mm-hmm. Your father has several horses now. Are there any, I know he has a couple or 3 broodmares. Are there any future stars that you see, or are there any particular colts or fillies that you're looking forward to their future development, or you think might be pretty good?
Well, he does have 3 or 4 broodmares. He just recently acquired them all over the last year or 2, so they've all had just young foals. They've all been born this year. But we're hoping in the future something will come along and make a good racehorse, or hopefully even better, a stakes colt.
Mm-hmm. Brent, our viewers will be interested to note that you're looking after the races in Connell Park Raceway during Old Home Week. And just give us some ideas of some of the changes, and I know you're excited about them, some of the changes that are happening in Woodstock, when the dates are, and what fans can look forward to up there.
Well, Brian, I'm looking for this to be the best year ever for Woodstock. We have, well, first of all, the biggest thing about this year is the fact that we've raised our purse to $800 minimum, which I believe is the best
In the Maritimes.
best offering in the Maritimes, and that's thanks to the Woodstock Driving Club. But a number of other changes to look for. We're going to have tractor wagering for the first time this year. Micro-tote will be installed during the next 2 weeks. And fans from Fredericton and all around Woodstock will be able to wager, well, triactor, exactor, and quinellas and daily doubles, but they'll be a little bit faster because the micro-tote system is a lot better, and it will push, you know, the tickets will go through a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And the old system, it's kind of slow. You have to buy your tickets one at a time, and that
Go to each window. That was, I know, one of the big complaints up there was like you'd have to go to one window for Quinella, another window for Win Place, and show all separate windows. And this should really speed up and give you more options as well.
Yes, it will. We don't have the tote board installed this year. That's something to look forward to next year. We haven't had time to get that done, but we will have the betting, and that's what's important anyway. So we'll be offering different types of wagering features for all the fans that will be going to Woodstock to see the races.
One other thing, Brent, that we should note, a lot of the tracks in the Maritimes are going to removing their hub rail, and I understand from conversations with yourself, Charlie Calhoun, that Woodstock has removed their hub rail.
The hub rail is out now, and they're in the process of installing styrofoam pylons, and that will surround the racetrack, and it makes it a lot safer for horsemen and for horses alone. If as we all know, there's been a few accidents over the years, and hub rails have definitely caused a number of the accidents.
Yes, they have, yeah.
And injuries as well. So we're hoping that will make it a lot safer for horsemen and horses.
For our fans, Brent, what are some of the feature races we can look forward to? I know that probably the biggest change is moving the feature race to Monday evening of the Old Home Week. And just for our fans' information, the Old Home Week lasts from the 23rd to the 28th, I believe.
Yes, it does, yeah.
And you're racing on the 23rd and 27th?
That's 23rd and 26th.
23rd and 26th.
Yes.
Okay, now looking ahead to the McCain Memorial, what kind of horses have you got lined up for that?
The Robert McCain Memorial is going for the biggest purse that's ever been offered in Woodstock, $7,000, and it will go on Monday evening. Usually the feature race, Brian, has gone on Thursday evening, but we moved it till Monday so as not to conflict with the Exhibition Cup in Truro.
I see.
And that had usually gone on Sunday, and that left only 2 days in between, and consequently a lot of the horses seem to divide themselves between the two tracks, and both tracks didn't have the best horses they could possibly have. This year I've been in contact with a number of free-for-allers, and we've lined up 7 for sure for the McCain, and as an interest of fans, a lot of those horses in the McCain are from New Brunswick, where most of the free-for-all horses seem to be stable.
Yeah, they are this year.
Yeah. King Tyler and Tiger Bird and Tidy Point are all locally owned, and they've all been confirmed to go. On Broadway is coming from St. John, and Kirk Zeckel from Moncton. He was in the Monktonian last weekend. And representatives from Nova Scotia and PEI as well, Brian. Skippy Tire is from Truro. He has won twice this year and won 57. And Wilco's Fantasy is he is from the island, but he has raced here twice at Fredericton and was very impressive in both of his starts. And those 7 have been confirmed, and we've been in contact with a couple others to fill up that 8th hole, but I'm looking for the best field that we've ever had in Woodstock.
Well, that looks like a great race. You know, 7 strong starters, probably 8, and it looks like a great race. And just taking a peek at your backup class for that same day, another $2,000 race, and it looks to be a quality race as well. So that looks like a great Monday card.
Yes, it does. We also have the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old pacing colts and 3-year-old pacing colts, and we're also offering a Mares and Fillies Invitational for $1,000. So you'll be seeing 5 races for purses of better than $1,000, and 5 quality races at that.
Are your plans like to go with probably 11 or 12 races both days, Brand? Or?
No, we're going to restrict the number to 10, just because the 12 races is a very late night for people up there and stuff like that. We're going to stick to 10. We might go to 11 on Thursday, and the Thursday card is going, that is July the 26th, and it has 3 features as well. They're all early closers, Brian. The big one, of course, is the Earl Avery. It's attract a number of quality horses like Radiant Skipper and Weston Miracle and Denacton Major, among others. And Also being featured is the Clayton Killam. It's the Mares and Fillies Open. That's going for right around 1,800. And for young horses, the Murray Sutherland Memorial is also going, and that's for right around 2,200. And you'll be seeing horses like Head Over and Trevor's Charm and Dr. Chaos, who have all shown here in Fredericton that can step right around 2-2.
Yes, yeah, that's 3 good features then again on Thursday. So, Brent, it looks like we have a great week of racing during the week of July the 23rd. Fredericton Raceway will be shut down the week of the 23rd for Old Home Week in Woodstock. And it should be some great racing action, lots of features. Just a reminder again that the microtote system will be in place, and that should be a big benefit for the fans that go up there. And I haven't got a doubt in my mind that you'll have a record week, and best of luck to you for a successful week up there, Brent.
Thank you very much, Brian.
Brent and I will be right back with our picks for tonight's race card. So until then, you're on the right track.
Serving Fredericton and Oromocto, this is Cable 10 Television.
Brent, a 10-dash card here this evening at Fredericton Raceway, and the feature is race number 10, the second leg of the Labatt Series, and from all indications, this is going to be a good series all the way through. We have 8 starters in the race, 1 addition, 1 dropout. Carrot River dropped out, Gold Buster is in, and they went a nice mile there last week in 2-1 apiece, and it should be an exciting race. But looking at race 1, what were your picks there?
Well, race 1 is kind of a funny field. It's the Airstream Caravan Pace, and there's only 5 horses in the field, but they're 5 quality horses, Brian.
Yeah.
Tidy Point is the horse that I'm looking at in this race. He is down a class from the Invitational. He does race in the free-for-all circuit, but he is getting a little bit of a break here, and he certainly deserves it. He is not consistently a winner on the free-for-all circuit, but he is consistently in the money. And I like him tonight. He likes the half-mile track, probably better than he likes the 5/8 mile track. He's good off the front end. I expect him to go to the front and not be beat tonight. And with him, I like Jamie's Merger. He's a newcomer from New Brunswick Downs. He's raced well for Ian, even though he too has raced a little over his head lately.
Yeah.
And he'd be better suited for a class like this. And I picked him for second, and Maple Grove Shadow for third, just on class alone. He's a nice, reliable old horse, and always consistently in the money, and always right there when the miles are quick. He can pace right along with them.
Yeah, he's a nice, real nice racehorse, Maple Grove Shadow. My choices weren't very dissimilar from Brent's. I did pick Tidy Point to win it. I looked for Maple Grove Shadow maybe to get up for the second, and Jamie's Merger for third. So with that, we both like 4, 5, and 3. Those 3 horses, both of us like Tidy Point to win. So let's go to track announcer Gerald Bishop for the running of this first race, the Airstream Caravan Pace.
Here they come. Here, off, and as they leave the wire, it's Talc down along the rail. Tidy Point drives up 2 on the outside as they race into that turn. Maple Grove Shadow is in 3. Jamie's Merger 4. I'm the Champ is 5 as they straighten into the backstretch heading for the quarter. Tidy Point now drives up and takes that lead. Talc in 2 along the rail. Maple Grove Shadow is in 3. Jamie's Merger is 4, and I'm the Champ 5. Tidy Point shows the way as they race by that first quarter. Talc is in 2. They're by the quarter, 30-2. Racing into the barn turn first time round with Tidy Point. Talc is in 2. Maple Grove Shadow in 3. Jamie's Merger 4. I'm the Champ is 5. They swing off the 3/8 and head for the half. Tidy Point shows the way. Talc is in 2. Maple Grove Shadow 3. Jamie's Merger now on the move from 4. I'm the Champ 5 as they come down the stretch for the half. It's Tidy Point with that lead by the half in 1:02. Tidy Point, Talc in along the rail. Jamie's Merger up 3 on the outside. Maple Grove Shadow in 4 and off stride. I'm the Champ. It's a Tidy Point with that lead. Jamie's Merger up 2 on the outside. Talc in 3 along the rail. Maple Grove Shadow 4, and I'm the Champ. They race on for the 3 quarters with Tidy Point. It's Tidy Point, Jamie's Merger 2 on the outside. Talc in 3, Maple Grove Shadow, and I'm the Champ. 3 quarters, 132-2. It's still Tidy Point. Jamie's Merger is in the 2. Talc 3 along the rail. Maple Grove Shadow is 4, and I'm the Champ. They swing for home. It's Tidy Point. Jamie's Merger up on the outside comes Maple Grove Shadow as they come for the wire. Tidy Point. They come to the wire. It's going to be Tidy Point. Jamie's Merger. Maple Grove Shadow. Time for the mile 2:01 and 4. Results of race number 1 now official. Number 1, Talc was 4. Number 2, I'm the Champ was 5. Number 3, Maple Grove Shadow was 3. Number 4, Tidy Point, your race winner. Number 5, Jamie's Merger was 2. From the top down, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. There at the quarter 30 and 2. The half 1:02. 3/4 1:32 and 2. For the mile in 2:01 and 4.
Race number 2, Brent's non-winners the 250 last 6. Full field of 8 horses here, the back half of the double, of course, Tractor and Quinella. And just wondering what your picks were here.
Well, I'm going with Facade, number 3 in the second race. He's only raced here once. He made a start here last year. He finished third. He raced very well, but he's only had 2 qualifying lines this year. But the horse is well bred. He should be fresh, and I expect him to have the edge over the rest of the field. So I'm going with number 3, Facade. I like Read All About It for second. She's been racing a little out of her class, and a bit she's been racing very tough lately. She is down in a class where I think she should be competitive, and she might even challenge for victory. Having Steve Maher in the sulky certainly won't help her.
Hurt her a bit.
No, it certainly won't. So
No.
I pick her for second, and I'm going with John Pfeiffer, a nice old reliable horse, 11 years old, for third. He's got the rail, and that should help him as well.
Brent, I picked Read All About It to win it. I think she's down in class here and suited to this class. I picked her to win at the 5 horse. I went with Hong Kong Shamrock for second. She's been kind of knocking on the door her last 3 starts. I believe she shows a second, 2/3 her last 3. Starting to maybe round into form. I picked her for second, and I agree with you for the 3rd horse, John Pfeiffer. He's been racing a bit better, showing 3s and 4s his last couple of starts. It wouldn't surprise me even if he came up with a victory here, but I went with a 5-4-1. You've got a 3-5-1. We're picking 2 of them the same, so we're consistent again on this one. So we'll go again to the track and see the running of race number 2.
Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, it's John Pfeiffer down along the rail as they race into that first turn, 4 abreast. Up between horses, Facade up on the outside. Read All About It as they race into that turn. They're 3 abreast now, driving for the top. Facade chose on top in the middle, up on the outside. Read All About It now moves to the top. Facade in 2 along the rail. John Pfeiffer is in 3. Gambling Time is 4. Pineway Bye-Bye is in 5. Hong Kong Shamrock 6. Pepper Val is 7. And Rockville Tom 8 by the quarter in 30 and 1. They race in the barn turn first time round with Read All About It. Facade is in 2 with John Pfeiffer in 3. Gambling Time is 4. Pineway Bye-Bye 5. Hong Kong Shamrock, Pepper Val, and Rockville Tom as they swing off the 3/8 and head down the stretch for the half. Racing to the half with the Read All About It. Facade now swings out from 2. John Pfeiffer is in 3 by the half in 1:02 and 3. They race on for the 5/8. It's a Read All About It. John Pfeiffer up along the rail now in 2. Facade is 3. Gambling Time 4. Hong Kong Shamrock is 5. Pineway Bye-Bye, Rockville Tom, and Pepper Val as they race on for that 3/4. It's a Read All About It. John Pfeiffer in 2. Gambling Time is 3. Facade in 4. Hong Kong Shamrock is 5. Pineway Bye-Bye, Pepper Val, and Rockville Tom. They race by that 3/4 in the 1:34 and 3. It's a Read All About It. John Pfeiffer is close at 2 with Gambling Time in 3. Hong Kong Shamrock now up to be 4. They swing off the 7/8 and head for home. It's a Read All About It. John Pfeiffer in 2. Gambling Time is 3 as they race for the wire. Read All About It. John Pfeiffer. Gambling Time. They're coming to the wire. It's going to be Read All About It. John Pfeiffer. Gambling Time. Time for the mile 2:06 and 1. Results of race number 2 now official. Number 1, John Pfeiffer, was 2. Number 2, Pepper Val, was 5. Number 3, Facade, was 6. Number 4, Hong Kong Shamrock, was 4. Number 5, Read All About It, your race winner. Number 6, Rockville Tom, was 8. Number 7, Gambling Time, was 3. Number 8, Pineway Bye Bye, was 7. From the top down, 2, 5, 6, 4, 1, 8, 3, 7. There's quarter 30 and 1. The half 102 and 3. 3/4 134 and 3. With a mile in 206 and 1.
Race number 3 is a non-winners of 3. I just might mention that Brent and I do have some differences of opinion in picking horses. We have a lot of fun kind of challenging each other who picks the best, and for sure we'll have to see how this program comes out. But anyway, going ahead to race number 3, I'll pick first, Brent. I took the number 1 horse, Silver Ghost, Mike Downey's 2-year-old, Mitchell Downey's 2-year-old. This colt raced well in Moncton, I understand. He was battled all the way throughout this race through a half better than a minute, and only his 4th lifetime start. Ended up to mile 3rd and 204, raced real well. So I took him to win it. Another colt who's coming on and being kind of pointed, I guess, towards the Bill Clinton Memorial Supreme Classic. I picked him for 2nd. I think he's a strong contender in here. And I went with the 2 horse, Ab the Clown, for 3rd. Here again, this is a colt with very limited experience. He does have some speed. I think that he's going to be a name that we'll hear from throughout the year. But
Sure.
That's what I picked. I went with 142 in this one.
Well, I wasn't far off your assessment, Brian, of that race, except I did choose a different winner. I picked Supreme Classic over Silver Ghost. Supreme Classic raced well in Moncton. He was in the Dairy Queen elimination.
Yeah.
He was hindered by post position. He only drew 6, but he paced a mile and 2-2 over and off track. And I've seen this horse get better every start. Steve Mahar is driving tonight, and he has bettered Silver Ghost on one other occasion this year, even though Silver Ghost did cut the mile. So I'm giving him the edge tonight over Silver Ghost, even though I expect them to be noses apart.
Yeah.
And for 3rd, I agreed with Ab the Clown. He won a tough trip, his last trip. He was out from the 3/8 on. He's a well-bred colt. Bill Watts seems to get along with him very well, and he should get up for a 3rd.
Yeah. Okay, so we're pretty close on this one again. 4-1-3, 1-4-3. With these kind of picks, it's hard to say. Lots of times when we're this close together, there's sometimes we're real far out. But anyway, we'll see what happens here. We'll go to Gerald now with running a race number 3.
Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, it's Silver Ghost down along the rail. Supreme Classic up 2 on the outside as they race into that turn. Burton Rebel is in 3. Another Benghazi 4. Ab the Clown is 5, and Northwind Jamie. They straighten into the backstretch, heading for the quarter. Supreme Classic now moves up, takes that lead. Silver Ghost is in the 2. Burton Rebel is 3. Another Benghazi in 4. Ab the Clown is 5. Northwind Jamie 6. It's Supreme Classic showing the way as they race by that first quarter in 30 and 4. Supreme Classic, Silver Ghost is in the 2. Burton Rebel is 3, another Benghazi in 4. Ab the Clown is 5, and Northwind Jamie 6. They swing off the 3/8 and head down the stretch for the half. Supreme Classic showing the way. Silver Ghost in 2. Burton Rebel is a 3. Northwind Jamie now on the move 4 on the outside. Another Benghazi in 5, and Ab the Clown moves from 6 as they reach the half. They're by the half in 104. Supreme Classic with that lead. Silver Ghost is in 2. Northwind Jamie 3 on the outside. Burton Rebel is in 4. Ab the Clown 5. Another Benghazi is 6. They head up the backstretch for the 3/4. Supreme Classic along the rail. Northwind Jamie 2 on the outside. Silver Ghost in 3 along the rail. Burton Rebel in 4. Ab the Clown 5. Another Benghazi 6. They race by that 3/4. It's Supreme Classic in 135 and 2. Supreme Classic, Northwind Jamie still hanging 2 on the outside. Silver Ghost looking for racing room is 3 along the rail. Ab the Clown now up 4 on the outside. Burton Rebel and another Benghazi. They swing for home. It's Supreme Classic and Northwind Jamie, Silver Ghost on the outside, Ab the Clown. They come for the wire, Supreme Classic, Silver Ghost. At the wire, it's going to be Supreme Classic, Silver Ghost, Northwind Jamie. Time for the mile, 2:06 and 1. Results of race number 3 are official. Number 1, Silver Ghost, was 2. Number 2, Ab the Clown, was 4. Number 3, Burton Rebel, was 6. Number 4, Supreme Classic, your race winner. Number 5, Another Benghazi, was 5. Number 6, Northwind Jamie, was 3. From the top down, 2, 4, 6, 1, 5, 3. There it's quarter 30 and 4. The half 1:04. 3/4 1:35 and 2, with the mile in 2:06 and 1.
Race number 4, maiden pace here, Brent. Field of 8. I believe there is one scratch in here. Silverwood Ike won't be going, but still, we do have some nice 2-year-olds in this race, some nice young horses. Light Feed, who raced in Moncton in stake race over there, paced the trip in 2:6, finished second. RL Knight, Ashley and Joan Sloat's colt, raced well in Moncton, and Silverwood Ike qualified well here the other night, but he will be scratched. Dixie's Winner, another 2-year-old, and so anyway, we have a nice Charlotte's Rebel starting for the first time as well. He qualified well the other night, so we do have some nice 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds in this race. And what were your selections?
Well, this race was a tough race, Brian. As you said, the 2-year-olds are the horses to watch for in this race, but there's one other horse that I got my eye on right now. It's Hatch, 3-year-old filly by Keystone Ore. Steve Mahar will be driving tonight, as opposed to Mark Collett, who's been driving regularly. And the mare does have a little bit more experience than the 2-year-olds in this race, and I have to give her the edge. I'm going with Light Feet for second. He did draw the rail. He raced well in Moncton the other night. He was run into apparently at the 3/4 pole, and might have won it all then. His first start in Fredericton, he paced a mile in 2:05. He looked good doing it. He was second, and I expect him to be second, and I'm looking for number 3, RL Knight, to be third with Mike Downey.
I don't disagree with your picks at all, Brent. The only change I'm going to make, I'm going to take Light Feet to win it. He's got the rail. The last time he had the rail here at Fredericton, he raced real well, paced the trip in 5 and 3. I'm going to take him to win it. I like Hatch, the number 4 horse, for second, and RL Knight to me is the 3rd horse here. A few unknown qualities here. Frenchie's Ladies, filly that qualified well. We don't know how good she is. Dixie's Winner up from Moncton, he was in the toughest division of the stake race there. They went in 2-1 in his first lifetime start, and that's a pretty rough way to get at her. And Elmwood Freelance, racing Presque Isle. So we don't know a lot about some of these horses, but we'll take the 1-4-3 or the 4-1-3 in here and see how these maidens make out. Just keep an eye on those 2-year-olds in this race.
Gators at the head of the stretch, and here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, Light Feet drives for the top as they race into that first turn. Hatch up 2 on the outside. Elmwood Freelance is in 3. RL Knight is 4. Frenchie's Lady is in 5. Charlotte's Rebel is 6. Dixie's Winner 7. They straighten into the backstretch, heading for the quarter. Light Feet has that lead. Hatch is in 2. Elmwood Freelance is 3 with RL Knight in 4. Frenchie's Lady is 5. Charlotte's Rebel 6, and Dixie's Winner is 7 by the first quarter, 30 and 4. They race into the barn turn first time round. Light Feet showing the way. Hatch in 2. Elmwood Freelance 3. RL Knight is 4. Frenchie's Lady is 5. Charlotte's Rebel on the move 6. Dixie's Winner 7. They head down the stretch for the half. They're coming to the half with the Light Feet showing the way. Hatch is in 2. RL Knight up 3 on the outside by the half in 1:04. It's Light Feet. Hatch in 2. RL Knight is 3. Elmwood Freelance in 4 along the rail. Charlotte's Rebel now 5 on the outside. Frenchie's Lady 6. Dixie's Winner 7. They straighten into the backstretch, heading for that 3/4 with the Light Feet. Hatch now swings out from 2. RL Knight on the move in 3. Up along the rail, Elmwood Freelance now closer 4. Charlotte's Rebel 5 on the outside. Hatch drives on to the top as they reach that 3/4 in 1:35 and 1. It's Hatch Light Feet is in 2. RL Knight now up 3 on the outside. Elmwood Freelance is into 4. Charlotte's Rebel is 5. Frenchie's Lady and Dixie's Winner off the 7/8 heading for home. It's a Hatch, Light Feet, RL Knight. It's Hatch, Light Feet, RL Knight on the outside. Charlotte's Rebel as they come for the wire. It's a Hatch, Light Feet at the wire. Hatch, Light Feet, RL Knight. Time for the mile, 2:06 and 2. Results of race number 4 are official. Number 1, Light Feet, was 2. Number 2, Elmwood Freelance, was 6. Number 3, RL Knight, was 3. Number 4, Hatch, your race winner. Number 5, Charlotte's Rebel, was 5. Number 6 had been drawn. Number 7, Frenchie's Lady, was 4. Number 8, Dixie's Winner, was 7. From the top down, 2, 6, 3, 1, 5 drawn, 4, 7. There it's quarter 30 and 4. The half, 1:04. 3/4, 1:35 and 1 with a mile in 2:06 and 2.
Race number 5 is an 18 to 2200 claiming handicap, a field of 6. This race, when it does go on a regular basis every week, it's a pretty good race to watch. Usually the horses are all within 2 or 3 lengths of each other at the wire, and I don't think tonight will be any different. I'm going to pick first here, Brent. I'm going to go with number 6, Clam Steamer. I was impressed with the way this horse has raced through his last 3 starts. He was a winner in 2-4 flat. His 3rd last start's his first time in the claimer. I looked for him to win it. I went with Suffolk's Buddy for 2nd. This horse has raced really well. Really turned around this summer at Fredericton Raceway. He raced in some of the poorest classes last year, but boys, has he made a great comeback this year. A real improvement for Suffolk's Buddy. Picking him for 2nd, and I like Fantas for 3rd, just based on his post position. He's in against the rail, and I think he'll be tough in here.
Well, I agree with half your selection. I'm looking at Maritime Pipeline and Suffolk's Buddy for the win. I don't think there'd be, as you said, there's not much of a difference in class amongst these horses. They're consistently the most competitive class on the card.
Usually they are, yeah.
And they do attract most of the bet. And Maritime Pipeline has been racing in St. John and New Brunswick Downs. She's won 2 of her last 5 starts. She's been in Fredericton before, not this year, but last year, and always raced well up here. And it seems
to.
Yeah, and it seems that the horses from St. John, Brian, they come up, they seem to enjoy the air better, if nothing else, and they always seem to step a little bit quicker. I want to give her the edge tonight over Suffolk's Buddy. As you said, has been pacing consistently in the 2-4 to 2-5 range. In fact, he's probably never been better than he is now.
No, I don't believe he has been.
And he could win it all. He could win it all as well. And for 3rd, I'm looking at Clam Steamer for 3rd, as you picked for win, and he has been racing better. He's getting more adjusted to the half-mile track. He started out on a 5/8 at New Brunswick Downs, and he should be 3rd.
I guess both of us left out one horse that should be considered here. Pat Down's always tough. She always seems to be in the top 3, and neither one of us picked her. Don't be surprised if she's in there either.
Well, I marked her down on my program here, Brian. I hate to leave her out. She's always consistently in the top 3. She races well off the front end. She races well from behind. And once again, it's one of them races where it's so competitive, it's just hard to just pick between 1 or 2 of them.
Just to pick 3, that's right.
It's just like rolling the dice.
So anyway, we'll go to track announcer Gerald Bishop with race number 5, or 18 to 2200 claiming handicap. It should be a good race, Brent.
Very best, yeah.
Here they come. Here off, and as they leave the wire, it's a Maritime Pipeline down along the rail. Pat Down drives up for that lead as they race into the turn. It's Pat Down, Maritime Pipeline into Suffolk's Buddy is 3. Element of Success in 4. Fantastic is 5, and Clam Steamer 6. They straighten into the backstretch, heading for the quarter. Maritime Pipeline now moves up, takes that lead. Pat Down is in 2. Suffolk's Buddy in 3. Element of Success is 4. Fantastic and Clam Steamer, they race by that first quarter. Quarter 31 and 2. Into the barn turn first time round, it's Maritime Pipeline. Pat Down is in 2. Suffolk's Buddy is 3. Element of Success in 4. Fantastic is 5, and from the rear of the pack, Clam Steamer now starts to make a move. They race on down the stretch for the half. Maritime Pipeline showing the way. Pat Down is in 2. Suffolk's Buddy 3. Clam Steamer up 4 on the outside. Fantastic and Element of Success by the half. in a 103. They race on for the 5/8 with Maritime Pipeline. Pat down in 2. Clam Steamer is 3. Suffix Buddy in 4. Fantastic, an Element of Success. They're heading up the backstretch for that 3/4. It's still Maritime Pipeline with that lead. Pat down in 2. Clam Steamer 3 on the outside. Suffix Buddy 4 along the rail. Fantastic, an Element of Success by the 3/4. 133 and 2. It's a Maritime Pipeline. Pat down is in 2. Suffix Buddy in 3. Clam Steamer is 4. They swing off the 7/8 and head for home. Maritime Pipeline with that lead. Pat down swings out from 2 and up 3 wide comes Suffix Buddy as they race for the wire. It's Maritime Pipeline. Pat down, Suffix Buddy at the wire. There'll be a win follow. Maritime Pipeline and Pat down. Do not tear up any mutual tickets. Results of race number 5 now official. Number 1, Fantastic, was 5. Number 2, Element of Success, was 4. Number 3, Maritime Pipeline, was 2. Number 4, Pat down, your race winner. Number 5, Suffix Buddy, was 3. Number 6, Clam Steamer, was 6. From the top down, 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, 6. They're at the quarter 31 and 2. The half 103. 3/4 133 and 2. With a mile in 203 and 4. A new mark for Pat down.
Race number 6, Brandon, on winners of 250 last 6, 7 in this field. And what were your selections here?
Well, Admiral Irvin was the horse I was looking at, and Snake Charmer. I think those 2 horses are probably the 2 best horses in here by far. Admiral Irvin has been racing in the 18 to 22 claimer. He's consistently right there with the field, though he has had hard luck cracking the winner's circle lately. He likes a good trip, or he can race from behind. He seems to leave very well. He gets caught in sometimes sitting 2 or 3 and can't get out, and usually he's making a late rush that just seems to fall short. I'm looking for him in this field over Snake Charmer. He's always raced well here. He's from St. John. John Davison does drive him, and he should be adjusted to this track a lot better than from St. John. I look for him to be 2nd, and I'm picking Bison Rebel for 3rd, the gray mare. She's leaving out of the 7th hole for Tom Belmore, and 5-3-7 in race 6. Those 3 horses seem to lay over this field just slightly.
Okay. I went with Admiral Irvin as well, a 5-horse, over Snake Charmer, number 3. The one that I picked for 3rd, however, is Ball McGee Laddie. I think he's starting maybe to come around a bit here now. Stephen Trites is in the bike tonight. I think that he could be in this race for sure. Bison Rebel's going to get a perfect trip behind Chef de Mars. Going to be well placed throughout the mile, and if they go in that 2-6 range, she should be handy, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Okay, race number 6 up and coming from Fredericton Raceway.
Here they come. Here off, and as they leave the wire, it's Chef de Mars down along the rail. Ball McGee Laddie up 2 on the outside. Admiral Irvin 3 wide as they race into that turn. Bison Rebel down along the rail in 4. Snake Charmer is 5. Harry the Hat 6, and Bypasser Treasure is 7 as they straighten into the backstretch heading for the quarter. Up on the outside, Admiral Irvin now moves on to the top. Ball McGee Laddie is in 2 with Chef de Mars 3, Bison Rebel in 4. Snake Charmer is 5, Harry the Hat and Bypasser Treasure by the 1st quarter in 30 and 4. They race into the barn turn first time round. It's Admiral Irvin with that lead. Ball McGee Laddie is in 2. Chef de Mars is 3. They swing off the 3/8 and head for the half. Up on the outside goes Snake Charmer and Harry the Hat and Bypasser Treasure, all making a move as they come down the stretch for the half. Down along the rail, Admiral Irvin has that lead. Snake Charmer now challenges 2 on the outside. Ball McGee Laddie in 3. Harry the Hat 4 by the half, 103. Racing on for the 5/8. Admiral Irvin with Snake Charmer 2 on the outside. Ball McGee Laddie in 3. Harry the Hat is 4. Chef de Mars, Bypasser Treasure, and Bison Rebel, they head up the backstretch for the 3/4. It's Admiral Irvin along the rail. Snake Charmer is 2 on the outside. Ball McGee Laddie in 3. Harry the Hat 4 on the outside. Bypasser Treasure, Bison Rebel, and Chef de Mars 3/4 133 and 3. It's still Admiral Irvin with that lead. Snake Charmer is 2 on the outside. Ball McGee Laddie 3 along the rail. Harry the Hat 4 on the outside. Bison Rebel is 5. Bypasser Treasure and Chef de Mars, they race for home with Admiral Irvin. Up on the outside comes Harry the Hat. They race for the wire, Admiral Irvin, Harry the Hat. At the wire, it's going to be Admiral Irvin, Harry the Hat, Ball McGee Laddie. Time for the mile, 2:05 and 1. Results of race number 6 now official. Number 1, Chef de Mars was 7. Number 2, Ball McGee Laddie was 3. Number 3, Snake Charmer was 4. Number 4, Harry the Hat was 2. Number 5, Admiral Irvin, your race winner. Number 6, Bypasser Treasure was 6. Number 7, Bison Rebel was 5. From the top down, 7, 3, 4, 2, 1, 6, 5. They're at the quarter 30 and 4. The half 103. 3/4 133 and 3. With a mile in 2:05 and 1.
Brent, race number 7, non-winners of 525 last 6. They're going for 550. Another field of 7 in here, and I'll take my picks first. I like the 5-horse Spudland Susie. That must be pleasant for you to hear. I'm taking her to win it. I think that Susie's been racing tough here. She's raced 8 times, a second and a third. Has been racing tough fillies and mares open, a couple of stake races, and she raced well in Moncton, I understand. I didn't see the mare race on Friday evening, but raced well down there. Picking her to win it, I like Zip to Stardom, the 3-horse for second, and I'm going with Rufent Martin, the 4-horse for third. Rufent Martin came up very big in the stake race event here on Monday evening. Paced a trip in 2, 3, and 4. I look for him to be around at the end. The horse seems to be coming from off the pace and racing well. Horse I hate to leave out in here is Chelly Mark Moe, and I guess the only reason why I did, he's been off for about 10 days, and I just was wondering how tight he'd be. But I did go with a 5-3-4, Brent.
Well, I like Chelly Mark Moe as well and Spudland Susie. I think those 2 horses are the 2 horses to beat in this field. There's not much difference between the 2 horses, and the difference tonight might be post position. Chelly Mark Moe, he's not very quick off the gate, but he does have a quick brush, and I think the quick brush will probably give him the edge in this field. Usually he's been drawing very bad lately. He's been drawing 5, 6, and 7 quite a bit, and when he's usually positioned towards the end of the field in the mile, and it's very hard for him to come back and win a race. But in the 2-hole, I expect him to position well and have the edge in the lane, because he does seem to be very quick through the lane, and I'm picking him over Spudland Susie, who does seem to be getting better all the time. She is improving. She hasn't won a race in 8 starts this year, but she certainly can go right along. And for third, I went with Zip to Stardom as well. He's consistently in the 2-3, 2-4 range for Steve Trites. He had a little hard luck his last trip, and I expect him to be better tonight. A 2-5-3 in race number 7, Brian.
Okay, well, we're pretty close in this one. We'll go to the gate now. Race number 7.
It is at the head of the stretch, and here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, it's a Miramichi Dash along the rail, racing into that first turn up between horses. Zip to Stardom. Up on the outside, Spudland Susie as they race in the turn. Sugarmaker drives in to be 4. Velvet Falls is in the 5. Chelly Mark Moe is 6. Rufent Martin is 7 as they race for that first quarter. Spudland Susie on the outside. Miramichi Dash down along the rail. Zip to Stardom is in a 3. They race by that first quarter in 29 and 4. Spudland Susie with that lead. Miramichi Dash is in 2. Zip to Stardom in 3. Sugarmaker is 4. Velvet Falls in 5. Chelly Mark Moe is 6. Rufent Martin is 7. They swing off the 3/8 and head for the half. It's Spudland Susie showing the way down the stretch to the half. Miramichi Dash is in 2. Zip to Stardom now swings out from 3. Sugarmaker in 4. Velvet Falls up on the outside in 5. Chelly Mark Moe 6 and Rufent Martin. They're by the half, 101 and 3. We're racing for the 5/8 with Spudland Susie. Zip to Stardom up 2 on the outside. Miramichi Dash in 3. Sugarmaker is 4. Velvet Falls 5. Chelly Mark Moe 6 and Rufent Martin. They race on for that 3/4. Spudland Susie along the rail, Zip to Stardom 2 on the outside, Miramichi Dash in 3, Sugarmaker drives up 4 on the outside. Velvet Falls is a 5, Chelamark Moe and Roof Vent Martin. 3/4, 132 and 2. It's still Spudland Susie, Zip to Stardom in 2, Sugarmaker is 3, Miramichi Dash. They swing off the 7/8 and head for home. It's Spudland Susie with that lead. Zip to Stardom is in 2. Up on the outside comes Chelamark Moe as they race for the wire. It's Spudland Susie, Zip to Stardom, Chelamark Moe at the wire. It's going to be Spudland Susie. Looks like Zip to Stardom, then Chelamark Moe. Time for the mile, 2:03 and 3. Results of race number 7 are official. Number 1, Miramichi Dash was 6. Number 2, Chelamark Moe was 2 in the dead heat. Number 3, Zip to Stardom, 2 in the dead heat. Number 4, Roof Vent Martin was 7. Number 5, Spudland Susie, your race winner. Number 6, Sugarmaker was 5. Number 7, Velvet Falls was 4. From the top down, 6, 2 dead heat, 2 dead heat, 7, 1, 5, 4. They're at the quarter, 29 and 4. The half, 101 and 3. 3/4, 132 and 2 with a mile in 2:03 and 3.
Race number 8, Brent. It's non-winners at 350, last 6, and optional 1500 claiming, and kind of a mixed bag in here, but they all look like they have a pretty good shot in here. I'm just wondering what your selections were.
Well, you're right about the fact they're very competitive. The horse that seems to stick out, obviously, is Risk Your Money. He won a big trip here last Monday. He won a mile in 2:04 and 4 off the front end, but he was in a cheaper class than he is in tonight, and I don't expect him to run away and hide on them like he did Monday. I'm looking for him and Laurel Lee Prospect to be 1-2 in this race. Laurel Lee Prospect is another horse that won a good trip Monday. She left out of 6. She ended up second to Ball McGee Megan, and she won a real good trip. And post position might make a difference in this race, Brian. It might give her the edge over Risk Your Money, who seemed to be a little weak at the wire. That's hard to say, even though he did win in 4 and 4. And he might not get to the front as easy, and he might not get away from them and hide from them this time.
That's right, yeah.
And for the horse we might be leaving out is Pretty Nugget. She's leaving out the 7 hole. She's going to get a good trip behind Laurel Lee Prospect. She's also down a class of 2, Brian. She's been racing real tough horses lately, like Zip to Stardom and Roof Vent Ricky.
Space Champ and those type, yeah.
And she always seems to be in the top 3, but there always seems to be 1 or 2 horses that seem to be better than her. And maybe tonight, with a good trip, she could upset the field.
Yes, she could, yeah. I like her as well in here. Pretty Nuggets, who I'm going to take to win it. I think she's just got enough step at the end of it. I think that she'll probably catch Risk Your Money in the lane. Although Risk Your Money, he was impressive. He went in 4 and 4. It was off a half in a minute, however, and he was in a lot cheaper than he is tonight. So I'll take 7 and then 4. I think it's a toss-up here for 3rd. Laurel Lee Prospect's got a shot. Miss Anja Bobby's got a shot. I stuck with Miss Anja Bobby for the 3rd here, so my selection will be a 7-4-2, and you've got a 4-1-7. This should be a pretty good race as well. So we'll go to race number 8 and track announcer Gerald Bishop.
Here they come. Here off end as they leave the wire, it's Laurel Lee Prospect going for that lead as they race into that first turn. Rosemary's Choice up between horses in 2. Risk Your Money up 3 on the outside. There's still 8 in a bunch as they round that first turn and straighten into the backstretch heading for the quarter. Rosemary's Choice now moves on to the top. Risk Your Money drives up on the outside. Down along the rail, Laurel Lee Prospect. They race on for that first quarter. It's Risk Your Money now with that lead. Dusty Lane Tempo up to be 2. Rosemary's Choice is in the 3. Bradley's Power now up 4 on the outside as they swing off the 3/8 and head for the half. They're by the quarter, 30 and 4. Racing down the stretch for the half. It's Risk Your Money with that lead. Bradley's Power up 2 on the outside. Dusty Lane Tempo in 3 along the rail. Rosemary's Choice 4 along the rail. Up on the outside, Laurel Lee Prospect in 5. Pretty Nugget is 6. Miss Anja Bobby and Oblin Deb. They're by the half, 101 and 4. Racing on for the 5/8 with Risk Your Money. Bradley's Power is 2 on the outside. Dusty Lane Tempo in 3 along the rail. Rosemary's Choice, Laurel Prospect, Pretty Nugget, Oblin Deb and Miss Angel Bobby as they race by that 3/4. Risk Your Money along the rail. Bradley's Power is 2 on the outside. 3/4, 133 and 2. It's a Risk Your Money. Dusty Lane Tempo now moves up to be 2. Bradley's Power is in the 3 as they swing off the 7/8 and head for home. It's a Risk Your Money. Dusty Lane Tempo, and they swing out 5 wide as they race for home. Pretty Nugget up on the outside. Miss Angel Bobby. As they come for the wire, it's going to be a Risk Your Money. Pretty Nugget, Miss Angel Bobby. Time for the mile, 2:05 and 2. Results of race number 8 now official. Number 1, Laurel Prospect was 5. Number 2, Miss Angel Bobby was 3. Number 3, Rosemary's Choice was 7. Number 4, Risk Your Money, your race winner. Number 5, Dusty Lane Tempo was 4. Number 6, Oblin Deb was 8. Number 7, Pretty Nugget was 2. Number 8, Bradley's Power was 6. From the top down, 5, 3, 7, 1, 4, 8, 2, 6. There at the quarter, 30 and 4. The half, 101 and 4. 3/4, 133 and 2. With a mile in 2:05 and 2.
Race number 9, kind of a sub-feature on the card, Brent. 7 nice horses in here. They've all been racing well. Nightly Glib, he's been having a hard time this year to find the winner's circle, and I was just wondering, did you take him in here as your winner?
Well, Nightly Glib is a horse that you'd have to look at in this race for sure. He's always been one of the better horses at the track for the last 2 or 3 years, but as you said, he has had hard luck, and he seems to have a hard time getting around the turns lately, and it seems to have cost him about a couple of races, and because of that, I picked him for second. I picked number 5, Domino Rex, to win it. Domino Rex has been racing extremely well his last 10 starts. He's paced right around 2-3 every trip. He's won a heat in 2-2, and Domino Rex, watched him race in Moncton on Friday night. He raced real well. He showed on top at the 3/4 in 128 and 4, and I looked for him to win that race, but he did get run into and subsequently did hardly finish the race. But I'm picking him to win over Nightly Glib, even though Nightly Glib certainly could win this race with Steve Mahar driving. For third, I picked the colt Thistle Water. I like the colt. He's raced very well. He's got the rail tonight.
That'll help for him.
That'll help him. Mike Downey will be driving him. He likes the 5/8 track better than he likes the half. He won a good trip on Saturday. He was second in 2:01, and I expect him to be real good tonight in this class. So I'm going with the 5-6-1, but Nightly Glib could win this race.
I took Nightly Glib to win it. I have a hard time not picking him to win it in this race. I know that he's not maybe as good as he was a couple of years ago, but he's still got a little bit of step, and I think that he can get the job done here. For some reason, I seem to think that Brookside Visa is going to have a big night tonight. She won easily in 2-4 and 2, but I know she was in a bit cheaper than she is in tonight. I picked her for second. Domino Rex for third. He's kind of a sucky horse. He seems to have a pretty good trip, pop out through the lane, and although he does have good speed off the front end, I do like him for third. Thistle Water's hard for me to leave out. He's got good position. He raced like a trooper in Moncton on Saturday. I watched him race, and he went a bang-up trip. So anyway, I guess we're solid on the 5 and 6. The 1 and the 3, we figure they should be in there, 1 of the 2. So it should be a pretty darn good race. We'll go to the track now for sub-feature tonight, race number 9.
Here they come. Here off, and as they leave the wire, Thistle Water goes for the top as they race for that first turn. Brookside Visa is in 2. Yapit Koi is 3. Domino Rex on the move on the outside as they race in the turn. Thistle Water along the rail. Domino Rex now charges up 2 on the outside. Brookside Visa in 3, Yapit Koi is 4, Space Champ in 5, Justin Place, and Nightly Glib. They race for that first quarter. Domino Rex now has the lead. Thistle Water is in 2, Brookside Visa 3, Yapit Koi is 4 by the first quarter, 30 and 1. They race into the barn turn first time round with Domino Rex. Thistle Water in 2, Brookside Visa is 3. Yapit is in 4, Space Champ in 5, Justin plays 6, and Nightly Glib 7. They swing off the 3/8, heading for the half. Racing down the stretch to the half with Domino Rex, Tis Alone Water in 2, Brookside Visa 3, Yapit is 4, Space Champ in 5, Justin Place and Nightly Glib by the half in 1:01. They race on for the 5/8 with Domino Rex, Tis Alone Water in 2, Brookside Visa is 3, Yapit in 4, Space Champ is a 5, Justin plays 6 and Nightly Glib 7. They race on for that 3/4. It's still Domino Rex. By that 3/4, 131 and 4 with Domino Rex. Tis Alone Water close at 2. Brookside Visa is 3 on the outside. Space Champ now up 4 along the rail. Yapit in 5. Justin Place and Nightly Glib. They swing off the 7/8 heading for home. It's still Domino Rex. Tis Alone Water now swings out from 2. They race down the stretch with Domino Rex. Tis Alone Water. Up along the rail comes Space Champ. They come for the wire. Tis Alone Water at the wire. Tis Alone Water. Be a photo for place between Space Champ and Brookside Visa. Time for the mile 2:02 and 2. Results of race number 9 are official. Number 1, Tis Alone Water, your race winner. Number 2, Space Champ was 3. Number 3, Brookside Visa was 2. Number 4, Justin Place was 6. Number 5, Domino Rex was 4. Number 6, Nightly Glib was 7. Number 7, Yapit was 5. From the top down, 1, 3, 2, 6, 4, 7, 5. They're at the quarter 30 and 1. The half 1:01. 3/4 131 and 4. With a mile in 2:02 and 2.
Serving Fredericton and Oromocto, this is Cable 10 Television.
10th and final race, Brent. That's the second leg of the Labatt Series, and Nalaburo Star came. Sparkles Poignier, last week's winner, shocked everyone. I believe he paid a $27 win ticket, and he upset Nalaburo Star, and I'm 1-2. Can he do it again tonight?
Nalaburo Star went a good trip the other night. He was
first over.
Parked to the quarter in 29 seconds. He never got to the top too much past that. He was on top at the half in 59, and he did kind of coast home. Sparkles Poignier, I'm not sure if he can do it again tonight. He is leaving from 6, and but the horse I picked to win was I'm 1-2. I'm 1-2 is leaving 2 for Jill Barrio. I like the horse. He always races well up here. He's taken his record up here. And he raced in Moncton on the weekend. He finished 4th. He paced a mile in 1:58, but that's not really the reason I'm buying him. I'm 1-2. I give him the edge because of post position. He can leave well. He'd be settled better. And if Sparkles Poignier leaves tonight, I'm not sure he'd get around I'm 1-2.
And anywhere.
As good as Sparkles Poignier raced, I'm not completely sold on him for this race. And I did pick him to finish 2nd. I'm going with Bon McGee Breeze for 3rd. He's got the pole tonight with Kelly Watts. Bon McGee Breeze is one of the horses I've enjoyed watching over the years. He's always consistently raced well. He's got a lot of speed. He'll be good off the gate. I'm sure Kelly will be leaving with him tonight. He should be positioned well, and because of that, I pick him for 3rd. The horse I had trouble leaving out was Nalaburo Star, and Steve Mahar will be driving. He did race good the other day, and the only reason I leave him out of this race, Brian, is because he did draw 8, and he won't probably get away as well, and he'll probably have too far to come at the end.
Brent, I went with the 8-horse Nalaburo Star to win it. I don't think he's going to be placed as bad as you think in this race because both Bon McGee Breeze and I'm 1-2 can leave a ton. If he can slip out behind I'm 1-2 and get placed ahead of Denashton Major, I look for him to be sitting no worse than maybe 4th throughout the early going. I do like him to win it. I like I'm 1-2 for a chunk here. Jill Barrio, his regular driver's back on him tonight, and he got some air the other day leaving, and I look for him to be tough in here, the 2-horse. So I went with an 8-2. I don't know why, but I'm taking Bayside Traveler in here for 3rd. I think that this horse is coming around. He seems to go good trips, bad trips. Yeah. He went an excellent trip in Moncton. Was really strong, won in Moncton in 2 minutes and 2/5, and the horse was beaten down the stretch, came back on and opened up another length on whoever was challenging him. So I'm taking him for third. I've just got a hunch on him. Why I'm not picking Sparkles Plenty A, I just don't know, but I just can't, I'm like you, I'm not completely sold on him yet. Wouldn't surprise me if he does win it, but my selections here are 8, 2, 4, and should be a real exciting race.
Well, it's an example of the quality field, Brian. We're having trouble picking the race, and that's because there's 8 quality horses in this race, and it wouldn't be Goldbuster as a newcomer to this race. He's certainly not out of place, and
Ashton Major pace trip 2-1 here.
yes, if the Acton Major stays pacing the entire mile, he just might, he could upset them too, so.
Yeah. Should be a darn good race to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing the 10th and final here, and we'll be back in a moment with our wrap-up.
Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, Ball McGee Breeze down along the rail as they race into that first turn. Goldbuster drives up 2 on the outside, on the far outside. Sparkles Plenty A moving towards the top. But it's Ball McGee Breeze with that lead. Up along the rail. I'm 1-2, moves into B2, up on the outside. Goldbuster in 3, Sparkles Plenty A, 4 along the rail. Capital Venture is in 5, Nalibor Star 6, Bayside Traveler, and Dunacton Major by the first quarter, 29 and 4. They swing off the 3/8 and head for the half with Ball McGee Breeze showing the way. Racing down the stretch for the half with Ball McGee Breeze, up on the outside. Goldbuster down along the rail is I'm 1-2 as they reach the half with Ball McGee Breeze in 1:02. They're swinging 3 wide. Nalibor Star now drives up 2 on the outside. I'm 1-2 in 3. Goldbuster is 4. Sparkles Plenty A in 5. Capital Venture, Bayside Traveler, and Dunacton Major. They head up the backstretch for the 3/4 with Ball McGee Breeze. Nalibor Star challenging 2 on the outside. I'm 1-2 is in 3. Goldbuster 4 on the outside. Sparkles Plenty A in 5. Bayside Traveler is 6 by the 3/4, 1:32. It's still Ball McGee Breeze. Nalibor Star is 2 on the outside. I'm 1-2 in 3. Goldbuster is in 4. They swing off the 7/8 and head for home. It's Ball McGee Breeze and Nalibor Star. Up along the rail, I'm 1-2 as they come for the wire. It's going to be Ball McGee Breeze. I'm 1-2. Sparkles Plenty A. Time for the mile, 2:01 and 4. Results of race number 10 now official. Number 1, Ball McGee Breeze, your race winner. Number 2, I'm 1-2 was 2. Number 3, Capital Venture was 7. Number 4, Bayside Traveler was 5. Number 5, Goldbuster was 6. Number 6, Sparkles Plenty A was 3. Number 7, Dunacton Major was 8. Number 8, Nalibor Star was 4. From the top down, 1, 2, 7, 5, 6, 3, 8, 4. There at the quarter, 29 and 4. The half, 1:02. 3/4, 1:32. With a mile in, 2:01 and 4. That completes our race card here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for your attendance. Remind you, the next card goes Monday evening, post time 7:30, with the feature being the Newcomer Series Final.